I was scrolling through Pinterest when I found this dark modern tiny home, and it really made me realize I am obsessed with building massive mansions, and as good as they are, they can sometimes look a little bit basic inside.
You're basic.
So I'm thinking today, in my pea-sized brain, if I'm doing a tiny house, surely that's gonna force me to focus on every last detail. Anyway, that's the plan. So all that's left to do is name the plant Tiny Tim. Now, I am also going to be trying to make this as Game Pass friendly as possible. So it's definitely going to be built in the small plot. It's actually going to be very kind of small. And I'm obsessed with this one. 61 bungalow designs that maximize space and style. Sex eyes. So I would say we need approximately this much room for like the front gardening. Now, if we really zoom in, we can see the whole house is flat. Now, this is a design I would personally never do, like all flat. So what I'm actually going to do instead is have this one a little bit like peeking in. This is what I fear for our budget. But I said I've got to be focusing on every last detail. So yeah, fair enough, we could use the thin pillar. But I want it even thinner, like basic shape thinness. However, if this is more than $200, please be like $100. Oh my God. You know what? I don't mind spending the money, guys. Let's just check. Does that even look worth it? I think it does. Do you know what? I'm doing it, guys. Screw your budget, Reese's. We can worry about that later. Now, this is going to be so hard to place these. They're so small. But as well as being hard, it's very satisfying. So each block costs about $3,000. And we've got 6 blocks, I think. So that is a grand total of
30,000.
And then maybe behind it, we could actually make this a much brighter color, so it adds some nice contrast. We should probably be leaving room for the windows as well. Oh my God, I am so stupid. And we don't have to be making ours exactly the same as the Pinterest picture. It's all about free will in this life. So, for example, if I were to prefer to add a little framed window in here, I can flipping well do that. And actually, I think I do prefer a frame. Of course, in true Reese's fashion, I have made a million mistakes that I had to correct. But so far, not too shabby. That cost $14,000. Now, the thing that fascinated me about this area over here was like the doorway. So we're gonna make it black, but black concrete. And then we've got to make it ever so slightly lighter again so that you can actually see it. Look at those steps. So we are going to have to use basic shapes. I actually feel like Capdo or something. I feel like I talk about Capdo all the time. It's just because when I think of a good builder, I think of like Capdo. But it's about time I step up because I was scrolling through TikTok the other day and there was a bunch of comments and somebody said, Reese is such a good builder. And then literally the top reply was like, no hate, but Reese's cannot build. And yes, I took that as a challenge, guys, a personalized challenge. So obviously now that we've got the main ones in, we're going to bring them down by 0.4 each time. So I guess we can only have literally a couple of steps then. Like one step. But one is better than none, okay? One is better than none. But there we go. I love that. I flipping love it. It looks, what's the word? Phenomenal. Now for this window design. That is gorgeous. There's something about modernness. I've always been traditional. Oh, okay. I've done it actually a bit wrong, but that's okay. Oh, I feel electrified, guys. And it almost looks like just an opening, like it's fully indoor, outdoor living. Oh, look at that. You can resize this like all over the shop. Now, guys, I'm joining the history books here. And then that now fits in perfectly. Whoa! I feel like this could be almost like an Airbnb or something. And if you didn't know, you can actually press the R keys and it brings the arrows right to you. And I feel like it's gone from like a 10 to a 2. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna now have to add in the lighting and stuff around the back. Girl, yes. That is what I'm talking about.
And this is only the start of the roof decor, guys.
And I also feel today like I should be having some structurals. That's lovely. That is lovely. Hey! Now, I also would probably add fences, but this is where I think we need to start drawing the line between too much. That looks so good. Oh my God. The answer is no, guys. You can never add too much detail. And if we're talking on like a deep note here, yeah, a really serious note while I'm shaking my back. I personally don't think I'll ever be one of those ultimate builders. I look really sad about that, but I don't think my building's bad. Do you know what I mean? Like, just some examples on screen. I think they're pretty good, but I would admit every now and then it is fun to just like test yourself, see how detailed can I get something. So there we go. Now is officially time for the gardening. I'm so scared. Guys, I'm actually shaking. If I had face cam right now, you would see I'm shaking in my boots. Now, we can't just look up bush. I'm actually going to be using hedge today because it looks like they have some square hedges over in this corner. And now it's time for the more rogue bushes. So what, this one, the simple bush. Smack me hard before you... That looks really nice so far. There's not really any visible fences. It's all sort of plants. So next up, I think we need to go in to the basement. I don't know if you guys were expecting this today, but it simply needs to be happening. And this is basically just utilizing trees as bushes. Do you know what I mean? We just want this cool, leafy shape. Now, Lord have mercy. Please let this be equal. Oh, okay. Obviously, it looks like really weird right now because we haven't colored it. I actually quite enjoy that. And with these guys, you should always delete them afterwards. Like, you can literally, I like to call it money back guarantee. So I guess the rest is just going to be a combination of like my own thoughts. Oh God, me when I have to think of something myself. And I wouldn't mind having like these bushes. They look so fake. What kind of gardener is this talented? Get them that straight. But yeah, we're going to have those coming along the front as well. And what's that? I want that in my garden, actually. No, don't tempt me with like these silly things, okay? I guess we can use this like mound over here to make a bit of like a higher platform. And I think I want this all to be earth green. And before you shout at me and be like, no, we're then gonna make a few set ones in there, have like patches of green like that. I guess here we could have like a little palm moment going on. Now then, it's time to go into new because I feel like they added a lot of outdoor stuff in the new update, like a slim concrete bench. Ooh. Oh, sorry guys, I almost fell asleep there. It does get a little bit boring doing that like 5 million times, but I do feel like something is missing still. Maybe it is like that little fountain could go here. Now, normally I would probably just go in at this point, but I've got my detailed hat on today. You guys like it? Do I look sexy with my detailed hat on? Yeah. So the first thing I've done is just add some LEDs there, just a very simple one. Also, I'm pretty sure the floor ones you can put on anything. Yes, thank goodness for this. So I weirdly enough want to start with the bathroom because my juju is still spreading. That sounded beyond wrong. Like, my creative juices are still flowing, I think is what meant to come out of there. And why have I got this text so big? You know, like your grandma has her iPhone text that big. Oh my God. Is this a bathroom or Henry VIII's coven? We're doing that shower. So we're going to start with the shower, which obviously we'll have to make like a brighter gray so it's not invisible. And we're going to have not one, but two. One on either side. And they've got candles in there. Wait, why is it she making one little completely change to it? I like that. And also, I've been on low battery mode for ages. Please don't die. Oh, that noise. Now, it wasn't just this bathroom I like. It was also this one, which has like a bit of modernness to it as well. So yeah, I just wanted to get like the stony shower in. And then I don't know if you could see, they've got like this pine cone almost. Oh my God. Never did I realize how bright pine cone actually is just compared to all of these dark stones. And I think it's probably pretty obvious what I'm going to do. And once you've done a few, it gets a hell of a lot easier because the amount you can do each time basically doubles. So look, now we can probably just get these last ones in. I didn't even look how much that cost. I don't want to know how much that cost. And I think I'm going to use this bathtub. I don't know why I've got a list.
But is this the one they used in here?
And I'm definitely continuing the candle theme. That's incredible. And normally I'd add some musty, dusty, like, laptop or something. Not today, sugar drops. Wow! I can't believe I'm doing it, guys. A part of me thought when I started this wouldn't work. I didn't know if I had what it takes, but I do. And I know each and every one of you watching has it too. So I've just added a little plant down there. And now it's for this epicness. Whoa! I didn't even clock that massive tree. It's almost annoying we have to have a toilet. I kind of want the toilet in a different room. Do you know? Oh my god, we literally can. Girl, yes. So you know how some houses will have the toilet like a little bit off. We're obviously gonna have to use like the modern bowl sink, I reckon. And it's gonna be a little bit smaller than the one that they have, but that's just because we're a little bit more limited on our space. I feel like I've been gasping so much in this video, guys, but damn. And guys, you've got to admit, that looks awesome. In the middle, I'm gonna add soap dispensers that face either side. And I'm not even joking, I'll show you in a second, guys. I've been filming for an hour and I've done this much. 58 minutes, that's basically an hour. Wow! I'm blown away by that. Now, for the closet, I actually used to be a custom closeteer. We can use these after all, but we are going to be incorporating some of our own as well. So how we're going to do this is, of course, with basic shapes. Basic shapes are literally the bread and butter pudding when it comes to detail building. And that's why my top two game, and maybe I should do like an updated video on what game passes to get. The last one I made was literally 2 years ago, maybe even almost 3 years ago. Anyway, we basically got this in now. And now, as you can see, we have this, but it's completely our design. And if you want to take it above and beyond, then you can even add like the rods in here. Now, I'm looking up dark modern closet again, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to use it. Yeah, as I thought. There's not really dark, like modern, dark academia closets. Oh my god, I feel like I work at IKEA or something. I'm building some Pax wardrobes. I'm just gonna hide my lighting. I'm gonna use a mixture of white, which is kind of rogue for me. And this can be hidden in all sorts of locations. Are you okay, sweetheart? Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, we're so doing that. And yeah, okay, now that room is prepped, we'll add in the doors, which I'm gonna use modern reveal. Oh, not the historical bookshop doors, the modern reveal doors, please, darling. And yeah, now let's go into the main area. Your wish is my command, babies. We're gonna be using these pillars from earlier, and we'll just have a little feature wall. Obviously, that gets cut off out the roof, so don't worry about that unevenness. Oh my gosh, are you okay, kitty? What does she want? I wish they could speak and just tell you what they wanted, but mine would probably be begging. Every single second she's awake, she'll be begging for food. Now, do we go as far as decorating the inside of the cabinets? Like, obviously we'll do the glass one, but the closed ones. I know I said I was gonna refrain from these, and I mostly am. However, I think a bit of marble, anyone could do that. Do you know what I mean? And you're thinking, oh, look, Reese's, it's poking out the side a little bit. Don't worry, the choo-choo train's coming. Look, it's just arrived at the station. So it's time for a building hack with Reese's. No, I have not looked up how to do this. This is actually one of the few pieces of detail that I've been adding in my builds for years.
You have to resize a basic shape down to 0.45, I think is the exact number. If I remember correctly, you then put the sink on, and yes.
Look at that. It just basically gives you a cool custom sink. I swear I saw somebody do that once. Now, there are some, what I like to call forgotten aspects to think about when you're doing a house. For example, the roof. This can be changed if we wanted it to, like to a white. But I do personally think the black looks best, so we're going to leave it like that. And of course, every single item in this bookcase is going to have to come out of like surface decor or something. And now, rather than deleting all of the default colors, I'm just using the color wheel to drag them down to their darkest forms. And yeah, what do we add in this space, guys? There is literally nothing. It's like the most awkward space I've ever seen in my existence. So perhaps sometimes it's best just to leave these spaces. Maybe we could have the little lounge room in the bedroom, which is our final destination, which makes it sound like I'm gonna die. I'm not dying. No, we're also gonna be adding in LED lights, and these have now been upgraded to the grand price of $396. So those are obviously going either side of the bed. Then we need a fat basic shape. We're probably gonna need more of them, guys, don't worry. I think the way we've done this, it actually is gonna make a lot more sense to do a single bed, which I know seems a bit cheap and ghetto. This is a single person's home after all. It's not like you're gonna be bringing home some people from the strip club or something, is it? Oh my gosh, someone's here. I'm gonna put voice chat on. Hey! Anyway, what bedding? I feel like tile just doesn't fit. But I don't want to do like an unrealistic bedding either. What you're gonna want to do is grab yourself a comforter. And then we're gonna add a blanket as well, which you can resize. I don't know if everyone knows that, but it's there. And rather than adding lights on it, I'm gonna add these plants. Obviously, we've got more than enough lights on the wall behind there. I've always been beyond a fan of like a carpet under the bed, haven't I? And we're just gonna do like a cool design where the floor is just slightly lighter on that part. And now something I've always wanted to do is one of those roofs where it's like indented. So what you do is basically by grabbing yourself a basic shape, yeah? And then it's pretty self-explanatory, but you basically just raise them up to the ceilings. And then if you're feeling extra incredible, then you line the top with LEDs. And so with that, guys, the most detailed house probably ever so far on the True Reese's channel is built. And we've got a few people here to look at it, apparently. So here we are, guys, outside the house. And I think 184,000. Let's see. Oh, I'm failing maths. My house today, guys, is so detailed. I feel like a Mary Berry voiceover would go so perfectly here. And also, if it didn't have so many basic shapes, it could probably be a pre-built.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Let me transform real quick into my true self.
Let's go inside and mute everybody. So as we go inside, I mean, another amazing chef, Gordon Ramsay, could be narrating this.
1 whole egg, milk. Hold the jug, 1 hand.
And oh, jump scare. And this is sort of how spacious it feels. Now, I love how you can just walk in and out. And if you wanted to, you could really make this like a garden with a pool and anything that you wanted to.
You know what? I'm gonna take your milk.
Why are you stealing Mama's milk straight from my udders? And then in here is the bedroom. Whoa, this is incredible.
Can I live with you? This is nice.
I think this is incredible. I've never added like a chest at the end of the bed, so that was a bit of a slay. We've then got the customized closet, not to mention this bathroom. Now imagine just living here. I don't even have to imagine, guys. This is my house. I thought it was like a preview. I thought I was in a dream, but no. So what better place to end the video than surrounded by all my plants? Let me know if you want a more detailed houses. Maybe we can make it a series, and I'll see you all in the next one. Why am I getting vaped on?